Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. And look, it is a gorgeous, beautiful, sunny day, and I had to take advantage of the flattering lighting. Hopefully we don't lose it throughout the video. So today it's time for a skincare basket tour. Now, if you've never caught one of these videos from me before, my skincare basket, which is right here, this is where I put all the products that I have on current rotation that I use day in and day out. Look, I own a lot of products. I get sent a lot of products. I'm always reviewing and trying lots of new things, and it can get really confusing and frustrating and just disorganized. I like to keep, believe it or not, I like to keep my skincare routine pretty consistent and pretty simple. And so putting all the products that I want to use in my core routine just in one centralized place like this basket makes building skincare routines a lot easier and more effortless for me. I was gonna call this video my fall skincare basket tour, but you know what? It is like 80 degrees outside. It's beautiful, it's sunny. That's why I look super summery today. I'm embracing the weather. But on the other hand, it's super telling of what the season is like for me where I live, because the last couple of weeks it has been chilly, it's been cloudy, it's been raining a lot, it's been very fall-like weather. But then we've got days like today where it's 80 degrees, sunny and breezy and gorgeous, and it just makes my skin go insane because it just, it doesn't know if it wants to be oily, if it wants to be dry, if it wants to be dehydrated. So it's actually very telling today of what my products in my current routine are like. And by the way, I don't put all these products on my face all at the same time. These are just my choices that I want to have on hand. So if you guys are so ready to find out what the products are, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. So first up, let's talk cleansers. I love a good double cleanse at nighttime, and oil cleansers are really my choice for first cleansers. I have a lot right now, but really I've only been reaching for one, and that is the Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil from Klairs. This is brand spanking new, and this is the fragrance-free version of their original oil cleanser. It just gets the job done. It has nice spread. It's a very medium weight type of oil cleanser. It washes away cleanly without a film, and I must admit, this actually washes away more satisfying than the original Klairs oil cleanser, which I always felt like was just a little thick, maybe just a little heavy. This is actually, I feel like this has improved upon that texture. It's just a little bit lighter. It's still medium weight, but lighter than that product. Speaking of having a lot of cleansers, I recently did a bunch of cleanser reviews, so I have a bunch of cleansers open right now. So I wanted to really narrow it down to the ones that I reach for the most, and it really has been the Rovectin Skin Essentials Conditioning Cleanser. I've been reaching for this so much. It's really one of the biggest reasons why I put it in my Wishtrend box, which is still available until October 23rd. I think if you guys are still thinking about getting your hands on it, there's a big reason why I put it in here, because much like the Klairs oil cleanser, this is no nonsense. This gets the job done, and I don't have to think so much about it. It's a really beautiful gel cleanser that just spreads across the skin really nicely. It really doesn't foam, but it really lathers up nicely. It's low pH, 5.5, fragrance free. It does not strip moisture from my skin. However, there are a few occasions where I really want to reach for a cream cleanser. I mean, this is the gentlest of the gentle, you know what I mean? This is really something that just gives you a little bit of cleansing power, but really, instead of just not taking moisture from your skin, they actually leave your skin a little bit more moisturized. Situations where I reach for that is really sometimes when I have to wash my face twice or 3 times during the day, if I do an afternoon workout, or maybe I was filming and I just want to wash my face right away. So that's really when I'm going to reach for the milk cleanser or the cream cleanser, or when I'm feeling super irritated. So this is the Sioris Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser. I've been reaching for this one a lot, in addition to the Rovectin. Like I said, this is really the one I go for when my skin is just needing a little bit of extra gentle care. I also quickly want to mention the Klairs Daily Skin Softening Water. This is like a cleansing toner or cleansing water. I sometimes will put this into my morning routine. I apply this with a cotton pad because it's got some very, 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 very gentle, very, say it again, gentle exfoliators in here. I mean, like, we're talking like apple, like water exfoliation in here. And this just kind of helps keep the texture and the clogged pores at bay for me, which I can be really prone to, especially in the fall, because my skin does change from season to season. As I said, it's a very like up and down, like very neurotic kind of weather season here, and I can get super oily some days, I can get super dry other days, and that can make my congestion just a little bit worse. So this is just like very gentle, sensitive skin friendly, something I can add into my morning routine just to kind of help keep my texture in check. Okay, let's get into essences and toners, which is a huge category of product for me because you know I love them so much, and so I tend to have a few different ones on hand. Let's talk about essences first. I have two on rotation currently. One is the I'm From Mugwort essence, another one that I put into that Wishtrend box, and the Primera Miracle Seed essence. So let's start with the Primera Miracle Seed essence first. You guys know I fell so hard in love with this last year, and this is very barrier supportive. So this is actually something that I reach for when I feel more dehydrated, when I feel like my moisture barrier is maybe a little bit more weak, or maybe I have some extra irritation. Maybe I put too much tretinoin on or something, because I usually feel it the next morning if I over applied. So this is really where I reach for the Primera. It's really deep hydration, dehydration concerns, moisture barrier concerns. Now the I'm From Mugwort essence, again, another product I fell deeply in love with and talk about all the time. This is for calming and redness reduction. It's got great hydration properties as well, but this is really something that I reach for when I've got like real deep irritation on my skin. Maybe I'm breaking out and I'm getting inflammation on my skin. This is the one that I reach for because it's got a little additional soothing property to it with all that mugwort. All right, let's move on to toners, and you know I have a few on rotation. First up is the Klairs Daily Skin Hydrating Water, and you guys, I'm so excited to tell you that it is at this level right now, and the next time you see this from me, it'll probably be in an empties video, and I'm so excited. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, look at how big this is. It is 500 milliliters of product. Like, the sense of accomplishment that I am going to get when this is empty, it's gonna be huge. It's such a silly thing, but I get so like proud. I'm like, when something empties, I'm like, yes, it just feels awesome. You know, I've had this open for a really long time. The first time I tried it, it was in the winter months, and it definitely was not hydrating enough for me when my skin is so dry. I actually recently, you know, got real serious about using this product up in the summertime, and it actually performed really nicely for me, especially alongside of hydrating essences like the I'm From Mugwort and the Primera Miracle Seed essence. That's when this one really just found a very permanent place in my skincare routine. It's just a very minimal and basic toner, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's super, super gentle. It's super, super watery. You can layer this up a million times on your skin. It's got, like I said, average hydration levels, but in the summertime, that's actually kind of perfect for me. So I have found a new use and a new sort of like appreciation for this product. So I've been enjoying it. You know, it's not going to be the right toner for me come the really colder temperatures, but I think by the time that hits, this will be empty. I kind of always have to have this around. It's the Keep Cool and Soothe Bamboo Toner. I talk about it all the time, I know, and every time I talk about it, I say that, right? But this is where the Klairs I said was average, maybe not hydrating enough in all situations or in all seasons. This is the toner for all seasons, all situations, deeply replenishing to the skin. You know, my obsession with toners goes so deep that sometimes I use two different toners in one routine. It's totally not necessary, but it is actually something that I've found benefit from and I do enjoy. And it's what I've termed a hydration sandwich, and we are going into the hydration sandwich season. Anyways, one of the thicker toners that I've brought back into my skincare basket is the Cosrx Propolis Synergy Toner. You know, what it feels like on the skin is like 50% hydration and 50% moisture. It has both properties and what I find to be equal amounts. And so it's actually really kind of perfect for doing a hydration sandwich, but still keeping the layers light on the skin. There's a really high amount of propolis. It's like 70 some percent. I can't remember right now. It's like 70 some percent of propolis in this one. And it's also another really minimal, very sensitive skin friendly product. This is RNW, which stands for Renew. It's a Korean brand, RNW, and this is their special ceramide mist. I recently was sent quite a few products from this brand, which is really exciting because their ingredients lists are very, I feel like they're very science and research driven, and they're very juicy. And they do have a pretty deep ceramide line. Now, as somebody who loves to find ceramides in products, I can tell you the majority of the time you're going to find your ceramides in your moisturizers or really nourishing, moisturizing, emollient types of products. It's not hard, but it's not always easy to find them, especially in effective formulations in lighter weight products. And this happens to be one of them. So I actually find this product to be pretty unique. It's really, really light. It has a touch of occlusivity to it, which, like I said, for dehydration, that's actually a pretty good thing. But it's such a light layer on the skin, such a pleasing mist. And it really just delivers some really nice ceramides into the skin. Another big category for me is going to be serums. Now, this is really what I call the treatment step of a skincare routine. This is where, you know, toners and essences, certainly I can treat my skin with them, but I'm really mostly seeking hydration and balance from them. But when it comes to the serums, these are the more highly concentrated skincare products where we can really start to target our skincare goals more effectively. So first is the Klairs Fundamental Watery Oil Drop. And I would say this is the serum that I reach for the most when my skin is feeling pretty healthy and balanced. Maybe I'm seeking a little extra moisture, little dryness care right from my serum, because this does have a nice moisturizing feel, but in a pretty light layer on the skin. But this is really like my everyday serum that I reach for when my skin is doing pretty good. Another serum from RNW is their Ceramide Plus serum, and this is something that I use on my tretinoin nights. I recently featured this in my Tret Face video, so you guys are probably familiar with this one already. It's got like 5 different types of ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, it's got niacinamide. I think there's like 8 different types of peptides in here. Like basically this is just like everything your moisture barrier wants in a serum. And so I've been really liking this when I'm very moisture barrier focused, when I'm using tretinoin. So this is like that moisture barrier serum. And then you guys are going to laugh at me because this is like utterly ridiculous. Nobody needs 3 different propolis serums in their skincare basket, but I have 3 different propolis serums in my skincare basket. First is the Skinfood Royal Honey Propolis Enriched Essence, and I'm so happy to have this because I haven't used this since last winter. And this is a very nice kind of moisturizing, really silky propolis textured serum. I love the texture of this. It's so elegant. There's a little bit of honey in this one too, so I find it to be a very moisturizing type of propolis. I mean, propolis serums across the board are moisturizing, but this is on the higher moisturizing level, if that makes sense. So when my skin is feeling a little bit more dry, I'm definitely reaching for this one. This one also gives your skin a really beautiful, healthy glow. Now, the other propolis serum is the Cosrx Propolis Light Ampoule. I actually find this to be a very thick gel type of propolis texture with really good moisturization on the skin. And this is another one that I reach for when I need more moisture. I do personally feel like the anti-acne benefits of the Cosrx maybe a little bit better than the Skinfood. This is where we get into the territory where I said this is utterly ridiculous. Nobody needs all of these, but I just can't freaking help myself. So that's why I'm kind of trying to distinguish the slightly different benefits. Now, here's a propolis product that is very different than those two. This is the by Wishtrend Polyphenols in Propolis 15% Ampoule, and I always talk about this too, and you guys know why I choose this one. It's the anti-acne propolis product. Whenever I'm getting some breakouts, whenever I'm getting maskne, anything like that, I put this into my routine, and in a few days my skin starts to become calmer, it starts to become clearer. No fail, this works. And as somebody with sensitive skin, when I do get acne, I can't go in aggressive with exfoliation and things like that. I do have to go really gentle, and this is the one. This is the one. It's so stinking reliable. I trust it so much. So this is the one I reach for acne. Klairs Fundamental Eye Awakening Gel and the Klairs Nourishing Eye Butter. I use them separate. I use them together. When I use them together, I do think I get extra brightness, extra awakeness around my eye area. I currently have not been sleeping well at all. I mean, I think A lot of us are very worried about the way the world is going recently. It's keeping us up at night. I have definitely fallen into that recently. Not been getting the sleep, but I swear to you, these have been making me look like I've gotten a lot more sleep. So like chef's kiss. Mwah, I can't be without them. I've been testing another product from R&W. It's their Moist Hyal Treatment Emulsion. I'm not the biggest fan of emulsions. That step's pretty much taken up by Stratia Liquid Gold, truly. But I actually was impressed with this. I've been enjoying it. This is a very hydrating, but also moisturizing, but also occlusive type of emulsion. Like the texture of this is not like most emulsions that tend to have a very dewy kind of texture, very hydrating texture. This does have that feeling, but it also has an occlusivity to it, which has actually been really helpful for the dehydrated season. Speaking of Stratia, Liquid Gold, of course, and the Fortify facial oil. My Liquid Gold is almost empty. I didn't order, I already have a backup, and I just finished my Fortify bottle, and this is the brand spanking new one. I'll start using this tonight. They changed their labels. I think it looks really, really good. I recently had a question about the Fortify oil because it does look super tiny. It is actually 30 milliliter of facial oil. It's just like very slim, like non-excessive packaging. It looks tiny, I know. This bottle actually lasts me 5 to 6 months. I use it twice a day, every single day, and it does last. So yeah, don't be fooled by that size. There's a lot in here. So recently I did complete quite a few different moisturizer reviews because I feel like fall is the season where you do change up your moisturizer. So I wanted to make sure that I had some content for you guys who are considering making a change in your skincare routine. I just cleaned my basket out of all of those moisturizers because I was starting to get decision fatigue. You know, I like 5 moisturizers. I'm like, which one? I like them all, but which one do I want today? And so you're going to be surprised because I only have one moisturizer in my basket currently, and it's not Ilyun. What? It's there. I can grab it if I need it, but it's not in the basket. What is in the basket is the Cosrx Moisture Power Enriched Cream. You've been hearing about this a lot from me because I just really like it so much. Another moisturizer with ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids. So I've actually really been enjoying this for the fall season because the temperatures can get quite chilly. There can be quite a bit of wind and some rain even. And so this has the right amount of occlusivity to it, the right amount of moisture to it to balance out my skin, but it just has that nice humectant feel to it that's good for when the temperatures are still mild. I don't know how this is going to perform in the dead of winter when I'm just so moisture depleted, if that makes sense, right? I don't know. I'll probably go back to Ilyun for that, but for right now, this Cosrx cream is just really it just really captures my attention. I'm really enjoying it. You guys know I still use Curology. I've noticed a really meaningful difference in a few areas with my skin. First of all, my pores and congestion and all that are just yes, I still kind of will see an uptick in congestion, but I'll tell you, it's just not like it was ever before Curology. You know what I mean? This just really helps my skin so much in that department. It really has helped with sun damage, which was actually the main reason why I wanted to get on tretinoin, was to help with some sun damage. I have a cluster of freckles on both cheeks, and then I have some sun damage patches on the sides, and I'd really like to see that improve greatly, and I have seen a really good, really meaningful improvement with that. Overall complexion is just really much brighter, much more even toned, and something that I didn't necessarily expect, although I should have, but I wasn't really thinking about it when I started with Curology back in January, but something that has just really driven me to continue with it is the skin plumping, the skin firming, the feeling, you can feel it underneath your fingers. I've talked about this before. Your skin feels thicker in the best way possible. It's more elastic, it's more bouncy, it's just more firm. And I have noticed a difference in the nasal labial folds right here around the nose and mouth. It just seems like it's less deep. So I've been really impressed with the collagen stimulation that my Curology has been giving me. As you guys know, I did do a sponsored video with Curology, and they gave me a couple months of free prescription, but I'm not sponsored anymore. I pay for my own prescription. I just wanted to put that out there. That's like actually how much I love this stuff. This is just a video of like classic products I'm absolutely obsessed with. Missha Near Skin Madecanol Cream. I feel like a lot of the dehydration, a lot of the irritation I experience on my skin is from mask wearing, especially if I wear, like if I'm out in public for a long period of time. I don't go out that often, I'll tell you that. But if there's a few days in a row where I have to go out, or I'm out for like a whole afternoon wearing a mask, it can increase irritation and dehydration around my mouth area. That's when I pop out the Cica cream, and it really does the trick. So I definitely had to mention it because this has been like just a super handy sort of like miscellaneous product. Sunscreen. Sunscreen is so important, even on cloudy days. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to say that. I know every skin influencer is like, you got to wear your sunscreen. And we all know that. We're all at that level with our skincare, I think. What I've been using for my sunscreen is the Hyggee Relief Sun Moisturizer. They really actually mark this as a moisturizer. It is a sunscreen. It's SPF 50 PA++, Tinosorb S, and Uvinyl A+ are the chemical filters, I believe. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. But they actually do market it as a moisturizer and sunscreen, like 2-in-1 product. And I can actually really easily see this being used that way. I love my nourishing layers. I love my moisturizers and my oils and my liquid gold and all of that, and my sunscreen. So I don't use it that way, but I really like the moisturizing texture for the cooler days. And that's why I switched over to this, the Keep Cool sunscreen that I absolutely love. I emptied it. I have another one on the way, but I already emptied it and I've been focusing on this. I have another backup of this. I think this is going to be my fall and winter time like main squeeze when it comes to SPF. But I just love the way that this protects my skin, sun-wise, but also like moisture-wise as well. And I want to quickly talk about masks. You know, I do really like, I call myself like an occasional, like an emergency masker. I usually reach for like wash-off masks and sheet masks and things like that when my skin is doing something I don't want it to do, right? I usually reach for a mask as an extra sort of boost to my core skincare routine to help me out with skin concerns. I'm not like a routine masker. You guys know I always have the I'm from Honey and the I'm from Mugwort wash-off masks on hand. However, I've recently started doing multi-masking along with the Isn't Real Clay Mugwort mask. This is so good if you're oily. And you get all of the oily issues. I have an oily T-zone. So what I love to do is put the clay mask on my nose and in my forehead because this is so clarifying for the pores. This really does help. Really help release the gunk from the skin. So I absolutely love this for this area alone. I would never put it on my cheeks just because I know, even though this is actually not like a suck the living moisture out of you type of clay mask, I just know that, you know, it's just not for that area of my face. But you know what is? The I'm from Mugwort mask. So I put this on my cheek and chin area usually and do a little multi-masking session. And these are just, I love this combination so incredibly much. It just so amazing for combination skin. And then the I'm from Honey mask, this is what I reach for when I need moisture, when just like my entire face is just screaming out for moisture. This is great for tretinoin nights especially. It just leaves this really beautiful base of moisture on your skin. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the skincare basket tour, and I'm curious what's like 1 or 2 products that you just always have in your current skincare rotation. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see more from me, please consider subscribing. I release 2 new skincare focused videos every single week, and turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop, because sometimes YouTube doesn't always show you the new videos, but when you turn on notifications, they will. As always, I hope you guys are healthy, happy, and safe. It's not been easy recently. I think that collectively we've been feeling a heaviness and some anxiety. I definitely have, and so I just really want to reiterate that wherever you are, please be healthy. Please be safe in your mind and your heart, you know, and physically be safe. And also, you know, just try to find those patches of happiness wherever we can. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.